Egypt's ancient title as the gift of the Nile, coined by Herodotus, rests entirely on waters surging from Ethiopia's highlands, a lifeline, carrying both civilization and conflict. When Pharaoh Hatshepsut dispatched ships to Punt, which is Eritrea or Ethiopia, in 1493 BC, her scribes recorded wonders of incense trees and gold, acknowledging the source of the river's bounty. Yet droughts in those highlands could starve Egypt, fueling pharaonic dread of distant rain clouds. Centuries later, that vulnerability turned strategic. In 1443 CE, Emperor Yacob threatened Egypt's Mamluk rulers to divert the Nile unless Coptic bishops were sent north, an early weaponization of geography. Faith intertwined with water for 1,600 years as Egypt's Coptic patriarchs appointed Ethiopia's spiritual leaders, binding the two lands in shared ritual. This fragile symbiosis shattered in the colonial era. Lord Cromer, Britain's iron-fisted consul in Cairo, carved the 1929 Nile Treaty, granting Egypt veto power over upstream dams, while excluding Ethiopia, the source of 86% of Egypt's water. Emperor Haile Selassie defiantly rejected this colonial theft, declaring, "The Nile is Ethiopia's artery as much as Egypt's." Tensions escalated when Gamal Abdel Nasser built the Aswan High Dam 1960, drowning Sudanese villages to secure Egypt's supply while dismissing Ethiopia's rights. The reckoning came in 2011 as Egypt's regime crumbled during Arab Spring protests. Ethiopia's revolutionary premier Meles Zenawi broke ground on the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam gird, proclaiming, "This river feeds us all, but justice demands we harness our torrents." From Hatshepsut's gilded barges to the gird's soaring concrete, the Nile remains both giver and taker, its waters scripting an eternal negotiation between those who worship its flow and those who control its source. Ethiopia's gird is complete, set for September inauguration. Prime Minister Abiy invites Egypt and Sudan, calling it Africa's shared asset. Egypt demands binding drought rules, rejecting unilateral operation. With 5.15 gigawatts of power now online, the dam tests whether cooperation or conflict will define the Nile's future.